Hello and welcome. My name is Olivia Peterson, and I lead the Worldwide Public Sector Federal Financial Services team here at AWS. Today, I'm so excited to be joined by the Department of Housing and Urban Development's Chief Digital Services Officer, Artie, along with our strategic partner from Pyramid Systems, Vice President of Financial Services Technology Solutions, Kim Weaver. Together, Artie and Kim are helping to drive modernization at HUD, and they're here to share with us some of their early success and learnings, including why they chose the AWS GSS as their foundation to build, as well as some of the key capabilities and services that they leverage from the AWS platform to enable their delivery, along with lessons and a sight at the path forward. With that, I'm excited to turn it over to you, Artie. Thank you.
Thanks, Olivia. I'm excited to share how HUD and its partner Pyramid Systems have been using AWS to design and deliver the modernization of many of HUD's systems. We'll start with our original plan, then talk about how the pandemic changed our priorities, and conclude with how we've continuously applied what we learned along the way. After, we would be happy to answer any questions you may have on HUD's modernization journey. The initial plan was years in the making. Many of HUD's operations are supported by legacy technology. Some systems are 30 and 40 years old. We knew we needed to modernize. How? That was the question. FHA, the Federal Housing Administration, which is part of HUD, provides insurance on loans designed for non-conventional borrowers. Families without large down payments or sparkling qualifications for typical conventional financing. FHA plays a critical role in the housing market by providing access to credit for these potential homeowners. Prior to FHA, America was primarily a nation of renters. Only 40% of households owned their home. And today, with home financing more accessible, homeownership is well over 60%. Supporting the operations at FHA are a combination of mainframes and other technology stacks. A typical loan touches over 20 systems during its life cycle. This mix of technology manages 8 million actively insured mortgages, people living in houses paying their mortgages today. It's a face value of over $1.3 trillion, and 1 million new loans are added to the portfolio every year. That's a lot of data to manage. With systems written in code that hasn't been taught in schools for years, and as the mortgage business has changed, the gaps between these old systems gets wider. FHA has been forced to fill the space with spreadsheets and desktop databases to keep the operations moving. So as we began the modernization planning, we took into consideration several drivers, including these four. These influenced our guiding principles: to collaborate and innovate, put the customer first, focus on the customer experience to drive adoption, and of course, since we're in the federal government, measure and report our progress to oversight agencies, appropriators, the people that give us the money. And really, if you think about it, the scale of this modernization is huge. We weren't just updating to the next newest version, we're jumping several technology cycles, leapfrogging from the 80s to today. It's like going from messenger pigeon to smartphones. We were skipping beepers and flip phones. So prior to estimates said that it would take 8 to 9 years to complete. By the time we were finished modernizing, we'd have to modernize again. And of course, all of this was going on while demand in the housing market was booming.
So HUD is designing the system to be used for the next several years, and there are many opportunities to provide meaningful value by helping HUD staff and their customers exchange information more effectively throughout the loan life cycle. This all helped drive our design thinking together for what the end solution needed to be and include the flexibility that HUD needed for the next 10 to 20 years. Expected capabilities were imperative, including security, data and document management, a modern UI accessible via internet browser on different devices, and a robust API so that HUD's customers could interact with HUD system to system. In addition, HUD needed support for business needs, including easily changed business rules, task and workflow management and automation, strong platform monitoring tools, because this platform will be used 24/7 by lenders and servicers, and robust data intelligence. With a preset timeline driven by the supplemental congressional funding, the only way to deliver this solution was to leverage cloud architecture and low-code enabling capabilities.
In merging the business side with the technology side, FHA Catalyst brings everything together in a single architectural footprint. Our flexible, modular project roadmap, it includes everything critical in the loan lifecycle, from application, can I buy this house, through servicing, living and paying for your mortgage, and eventual disposition. It's the end of the loan. You've paid off your mortgage, you've sold your home, or unfortunately, we're not able to make the payments. This whole loan lifecycle can take up to 30 years. And deploying an easy-to-use website and introducing a brand new end-to-end single API was the answer. Internal and external users could navigate sensible workflows, while third-party software platforms can exchange data in real time. FHA can properly manage, analyze, and operate its portfolio. We made a great plan for delivering this, a plan that would provide tangible value and a migration path for HUD and its customers. We had several releases and we were receiving lots of great positive feedback. Then the pandemic happened. Offices were closing, we were moving to full-time telework. We're all here today virtually. I'm still running a full-time home office, an elementary school and a middle school downstairs. And that's where the design choices we made really turned out to be the catalyst in supporting the change in priorities for HUD, FHA, and its customers. Our first pivot was for the loss mitigation and claims functionality. These were initially planned for several cycles out, but with the pandemic forcing office closures nationwide, people losing their jobs or having their incomes reduced, and the rise in claims to support policy changes for homeowners impacted by these economic pressures of the pandemic, and now became the #1 priority to deliver. So with quick modification in our planning, we were able to reprioritize and deliver a fully electronic claim submission process that enabled both FHA and its loan servicers to support the claim submission, review, and payment process from any location. This was a great success. It enabled the processing of over 144,000 claims last year. Digitizing and automating this process cut claims processing time from months down to seconds and saved us over 1.5 million sheets of paper every year. That's a lot of trees.
Part of the claims submission process, which had been completely paper before Catalyst, was to accelerate bulk claims. So with the rise that Artie was just mentioning in the claims because of the pandemic, we really needed to add very quickly another way in FHA Catalyst to support lenders and servicers who needed to submit many claims at once. And this is where, using the AWS services, we were able to design and deploy these additional enhancements for supporting this very pressing need. The bulk claim submission uses Amazon S3 storage to manage the XML submission files, where all the servicers and lenders send in all of the data for the claims. And then we use an AWS Lambda services set to support the validation of those XML files, parse them into the many different claims that they truly are, and then process and route them into the applicable review workflows so that HUD and its customers can then complete the process, including the decisioning on final payment of the claim. This enhancement was key to enabling the submission and flow of the overall increase in claims through this bulk submission process.
The next pandemic priority change in the delivery roadmap was to support electronic submission of loan origination documents. These are the files that lenders submit as part of the insurance request to FHA. It's your loan application, your appraisal, all of those documents you sign when you close your loan. Prior to FHA Catalyst, these files were shipped and mailed on paper to HUD offices. With everything shut down because of the pandemic, this had come to an abrupt stop. So we designed and launched the FHA Catalyst module for electronic document delivery to get operations moving again. From start to finish, leveraging the technology, We were able to deliver this in just 9 days. This capability has been used to ensure 128,000 mortgages. Again, millions of sheets of paper digitized. This trimmed the total time for one lender to insure new loans by 14 days. 2 weeks in the housing market, that's an eternity. And for over $20 billion of insurance that have been issued through this module, customers say they never want to go back to the old paper method again.
We were able to make this pivot and prioritize this module because we took what we had learned with the claims submission and overall claims and loss mitigation module and apply it here. Although the claim submissions are data only. So here we were introducing and accelerating the document management capabilities that were needed in the system. And so by supporting the electronic document delivery functionality, we were able to add several new services to the FHA Catalyst platform. We did this by building on the use of the S3 buckets for the file storage and now extending them for documents as well as data transactions. And we were able then to incorporate smooth file intake from the lenders by enabling additional document-centric virus scanning management enabled in Fargate containers, simple queue services, and simple notification services to manage the automated workflow between the HUD staff and the lenders, and then of course extending and adding additional Lambda services that orchestrate the entire microservices ecosystem of exchanging the document packages back and forth. Without these AWS services, we would not have been able to deliver this module in 9 days from start to finish. And those were calendar days, not business days. But it was what was needed to help support HUD and the lenders in getting their loans insured because of the pandemic pressures affecting continuity of operations.
And as we continue to add new modules and enhance the existing ones in the FHA Catalyst platform, we will continue to build on what we've learned. We're fully digitizing the FHA loan process, making it easier, more efficient, and helping families realize the dream of homeownership.
A foundational building block in designing and then solutioning Catalyst has been the training and certification that AWS provides. HUD and Pyramid staff use this training and the other resources to accelerate the design stages, and we continue to use it today for delivery and support. The tools, software development kits, and cloud development kits helped us connect the other components of the platform, including commercial off-the-shelf software and custom-built applications that are either hosted and managed within the AWS environment or hosted elsewhere. So the training and certification that we were able to obtain through AWS help us connect all the different pieces and components of the overall FHA Catalyst platform much faster. So in the end, or as of this time, where we have launched multiple Catalyst modules, we've really done a lot with the different AWS services and support. We still are working on the FHA Catalyst platform, but the bulk of what you see is available, and we continue to enhance each individual module as well as the platform overall. As you can see, many different AWS services and resources are used to deliver these business capabilities, which are streamlining the information exchange between HUD and its customers to support a better overall experience for all parties. Being able to exchange information in real time is critical for lenders who are trying to support borrowers where they are and when they are available to work on their loan applications or to ask a question or confirmation about their loans that they are servicing. As some of examples of how we expanded the FHA Catalyst platform, one big area was around the end-to-end API, application programming interface. And here we used Amazon Cognito to support the authentication and identification management between HUD and its customers when they are exchanging information system to system. This allows lenders and servicers and their joint provider partners to use the new FHA Catalyst capabilities without ever leaving their own systems, such as loan origination and servicing systems. This is really important for lenders and servicers and to the borrowers that they and HUD are serving to be able to accelerate the exchange of information and then also create their own borrower experiences. We have also used elastic load balancing to manage the overall volume fluctuations, which can vary by business process during the overall life cycle of the loan. So, for example, with loan origination, you may have a lot of activity toward the end of the month, especially for loan closings when people like to schedule their closing to save on prepaid interest. And then you have a lot of activity at the beginning of the month continuing through mid-month or later from a servicing perspective as servicers are reporting what's going on in their portfolios, including default and other information to HUD. So this really helped us balance the overall volume fluctuations going through the platform as a whole and the individual modules. Amazon Elastic Compute, along with the Lambdas, provide the processing services for the evaluation of the data and documents and the microservices within the platform to provide the customer-facing and internal system workflows. And the data storage options enable a lot of flexibility that is truly needed because HUD is managing all of this data and all of the supporting documents. So this data management architecture helps ensure all of the relevant data for a given process or loan or portfolio or report can be accessed and managed efficiently. All in all, we have so many services and resources. We don't have enough time to go into all of them today, but I think this helps give an overview of all the different functions that are enabled in the system through our use of AWS. Another delivery accelerant was the existing FedRAMP approval of the AWS General Support System, or GSS, in GovCloud US. This saved a lot of precious time. You've heard how we were very busy in designing and bringing the solution so that it would become available in the production environment very quickly because of the pandemic caused priority needs. But having this baseline of having this AWS GSS be FedRAMP approved already really helped give us the extra need to provide this into production so quickly. And this is where AWS and HUD and Pyramid partnered together to also obtain the authority to operate approvals for the FHA Catalyst platform. However, having that GSS pre-approval really helped give us, it's basically as if we were starting at Park Place, to get to go. So it was a huge lift. And this combination of this existing AWS GSS FedRAMP approval and then Pyramid's own DevSecOps practices provide the framework for the ongoing release train as we continue to deliver more capabilities within the FHA Catalyst platform. In fact, the success of what we've been describing enabled HUD to extend this investment to support other pandemic-induced needs, such as quickly facilitating electronic document exchange in the FHA multifamily division and within the public and Indian housing division as well.
Through this early success in our modernization journey, we learned that in order to modernize quickly, we must leverage a broad toolbox of ready-to-use services that can be implemented across the agency. This reduces the investment and risk with transformation projects and enables us to modernize at scale. The technology we're using in FHA Catalyst provides the breadth and depth of services we need to deliver. Projects can be accelerated overall by using ready-to-go services. This can cut down on times for assessments and security reviews because it's already been vetted. The unexpected will happen, Elasticity and resiliency must be considered as part of the design. And through this approach, we were able to deliver better, faster, and cheaper than ever before. And we're looking to FHA Catalyst as a template for modernization throughout the agency. We appreciate you taking the time to hear our story. You can continue to follow the progress of FHA Catalyst as new features and modules are announced via HUD's website in the dedicated FHA Catalyst news section. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Artie and Kim, for taking the time to share your story, and congratulations on your early success. It's clear that you're having a great impact in terms of the customer experience, improvements to efficiency, as well as your delivery for scale. So congratulations and job well done. We're very excited to be a part of this partnership with you and happy to be along for the journey. As Kim mentioned, another key aspect is investing in training and certification. And with that, we look at a multifaceted approach, including online self-paced training, as well as classroom-based, instructor-led training, in addition to role-based certifications. All of these together help you reinvent your workforce and your skills. So please take the time to visit us to learn more at aws.com/training. And thank you all for your time today. We appreciate your interest. And if you'd like to learn more, please feel free to reach out. And lastly, for our survey, it really does help to have your input in terms of our summit content and your experience. So please do take the time to give us your feedback. It matters. Thanks so much, and happy building.
The Fortinet Cloud portfolio helps safeguard apps and data in the cloud with a comprehensive security solution. You can reduce the complexity of managing multiple solutions and vendors with the Fortinet Security Fabric.